There we go. Hello, my friends. Welcome to our weekly community chat. We do these every single Sunday, usually at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Just a way for me to hang out with you and talk about hot topics, things that are happening. I have lots of opinions, and that's the way I've always been since I was very, very small child. It's part of who I am, is to have lots of opinions. And I like to share those opinions with you. And sometimes we agree and sometimes we disagree. But you know what? That's the way the world goes round, man. And it's cool to be able to have conversations with intelligent people who understand that it is okay to have different opinions. And that is what the collective brain is. We help each other see things in new ways. We bring up points that maybe other people hadn't thought of. It is just a wonderful, healthy place to have a discussion. And that's why I love coming here and doing this every week. I used to have topics, makeup related topics, and I just kind of got bored with that. And, you know, there's things happening and, you know, figure we would just chat about it. And I enjoy this. I enjoy talking with you all. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the Jojo Siwa tickets for her tour that just went on sale and kind of comparing that to the James Charles situation when his tickets went on sale. I thought we would talk about that because that's something that I've been thinking about. And then we'll talk about anything else you all want to talk about, whether it's makeup related and new releases, new launches, or whether it's things happening in the community, whatever you all want to talk about. Let's just chat and hang out and be friends and, you know, let's just chill and relax. I've got my Philip DeFranco, my mom thinks I'm advertiser friendly shirt on because I'm feeling a little spicy this morning. So let's just hang out. And then I've got a bunch of makeup. I'm going to be getting ready. But before we do that, I want to say hello to the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. Teresa M.O., so good to see you. Thank you for all your help on the show recently. You are doing a fantastic job. Teresa is one of our newer reporters. She's doing a wonderful job, I believe, with Top News. Thank you so much, my friend. Much, much appreciated. Crystal is here. Good morning to you. Natasha, hello. Monica, so good to see you. Sending big hugs across the miles. Stephanie, good to see you. And the CBOMA, I like that. The Kabama, collective brain of makeup awesomeness. The Kabama. I'm getting notifications on my phone. All right. Good morning to my friend Shirley. Hello. The Gold Digger. So good to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit. Nancy, my friend. So good to see you. Victoria. Good to see you. Tori. Hello to you. Kelly and Elizabeth and Tab. Welcome to all of our moderators. If you see a little blue wrench, those are the moderators. They are, a lot of them are reporters for What's Been Makeup, or they're community members that have been around for a really long time, who I trust with the moderation of chat to make sure everything stays nice and happy and peaceful. Hello to Latina and Julio down by the schoolyard. And I did not see your comments last week, Latina, where you were talking about your cousins or whatever, or there were people with you that didn't believe that it was live. I didn't see that till the replay, and I do apologize that I didn't see that. I did see it on the replay though, and just wanted to acknowledge that eventually I did see it. Me and my shadow, hello to you, and good morning to everyone that I did not say hello to you. Hello to you. And Jess, so good to see you, my friend. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with the Milk Makeup Hydro Gel Primer. I have not used this enough. They did send this in PR, and I do want to give it a good college try. And it has a very mild, I don't know, like chemically kind of scent, but it's not off-putting. It's not alcohol. It's more of like perfume almost, like a little bit of perfume. But it doesn't smell in any way like particularly great. And I'm just going to rub this stuff all over my face because I have no idea how I want to use it yet. All right. It's a gel consistency, so it's drying. Like I can feel it that it's wet. It doesn't feel slippy at all. And now it's drying down like you might use like a gel moisturizer or something. That's really what it feels like right now. My hands are sticking to my face, which I don't particularly enjoy. Judith says, OMG, that primer is my new fave. Keeps everything on while blurring for me. Nice. I did not use it like a blurring primer. I did not pat it into any of my pores or fine lines, wrinkles. So we'll go with it. Okay, so it's still a little bit sticky. Let's leave it for a minute while we chat because I want to make sure this isn't super sticky before we put on my foundation. So as far as the, let's chat a little bit. So Little backstory in case you don't know, James Charles is going on tour, and his biggest ticket is $500 for a meet and greet. You get a goodie bag, you get all kinds of stuff, all kinds of cool stuff. So $500 is a lot. It's a lot, I think, for anybody to pay for anything. Well, maybe not anybody, but to pay for anything, it's a lot of money. But he is giving you quite a bit in exchange for it, and the goodie bag is worth a lot. He's probably going to give you some exclusive kinds of things. I don't know personally. And he got so much backlash for it. Connor, I'm not going to go off topic. Okay, so he got so much backlash for it, a lot of backlash for it. And I personally feel like, it's supply and demand. If people don't want to pay it, they shouldn't pay it. Is he taking advantage of his fans? Not unless they allow him to take advantage of them. Not unless they find that the value is not worth it. Then, maybe they may feel taken advantage of. But I don't feel like if we are not purchasing them, the tickets, if we're not purchasing them, I don't feel that we can say that someone is being taken advantage of because I think everybody's perspective is different. And I think that if you've got a, 14-year-old daughter, son, who loves James Charles, and you've got the money and the means, and you want to treat them to something like that, I feel like that if you're willing to pay it, then there you go. But I don't feel like it's my place to say whether someone else is being taken advantage of when they have a different perspective on the tour than I may have. No one is forcing anybody to spend money. No one, it sounds like he's going to, I don't know this for sure, but it sounds like he's planning to deliver what he is saying that he is delivering. So it's like, do I want a pair of Gucci slides? No. Am I going to buy them? No. Do I feel like Gucci's taking advantage of people? No. Because if they're going to buy it, that's their free will. That's their choice to buy it. That's how commerce works, So James got a bunch of crap for it, taking advantage of his young fans, making it so, that it's not as accessible, which that I kind of get, that it's not as accessible, but he did make the regular ticket price relatively low. The regular ticket price, I think, is like $40 some, $50, something like that, which I feel like is relatively reasonable for a tour ticket. So it's not like, there's still a good chunk of people that aren't going to be able to afford paying $50 for a ticket to go see him, but I feel like he made a ticket available to a big group of people, but it just doesn't have a meet and greet, So here comes Jojo Siwa. All right. Jojo Siwa comes in. We're going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. And I use the shade M15 randomly, even though I'm not medium. I do use the shade M15. I'm going to use 2 pumps on my hand while we talk about Jojo Siwa. So Jojo Siwa comes out with tickets, and it looks to me, I have no evidence of this, zero evidence, but glancing at it, it looks almost like it's done with the same tour company. Like this tour company has reached out to a bunch of influencers and is going to help a lot of them to do these tours because it's on the same, we're not focused, because it looks like it's on the same, the format of the website to buy tickets looks very, very similar. It could be different. I could be completely wrong on that. So someone posted a picture that they were very excited to see Jojo Siwa for $3,000. $3,000. Now you got to think about Jojo, and that Jojo has products in Target, quite a bit of them. Jojo, I believe, if I'm right, was on a reality TV show. But her fans are significantly younger than James is. In my opinion, it seems that they would be significantly younger. Jojo doesn't seem to be getting nearly the backlash that James got. Maybe it just in my little corner of the world, she does not seem to be getting nearly the backlash. And it's $3,000. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, okay, some of my heroes in life, Oprah Winfrey, Rachel Maddow, let's see, Jennifer Lopez. I would not pay $3,000 to meet any of them. Never. I never would. I wouldn't. I mean, I would probably cry a little in my heart that I couldn't do that, but I wouldn't. Like, I can't even imagine spending that much money. But I don't know, like, everyone has their own financial situation and what they're willing to pay for things, you know? And who am I? Who am I to say that they shouldn't? So anyway, oh, Anonymous says that's the resale price for JoJo. Gotcha. Good to know because I did not see that. Okay, let's go. Let's do Jojo Siwa tour. Okay, so let me go to the tickets. Let's look right at it. It's Jojo Siwa, official website for Jojo Siwa, the Dream Tour. All right, so let's look and see. Okay, all right. So if I have my facts wrong, let's make sure we have them right here. Okay, because I don't want to have it wrong. I got to enter my birthday? Really? Why am I entering my birthday? Hold on. I have to enter my birthday. Okay. I submit. Okay, Jojo Siwa Tour. Okay, let's buy tickets for Phoenix, Arizona. And let's see what we got going on here. Ticket prices may fluctuate based on demand at any time. Resale ticket prices may exceed face value. Okay, so it looks like the most expensive tickets are $742 for Section 1, T1, Row 3. Oh, it says verified resale ticket. Okay, so let's see the regular. Okay, official platinum is $314.49 each, and the rest are resale tickets. Okay, so what do you get for these? There's no meet and greet? I would imagine, maybe. I don't know. I don't see where there's like, let's see, more info. Okay. See, James had so much information about what you get for the tickets. It looks like there's no, let's do best seats. Yeah. So there's a resale ticket for $742, and then it says official platinum $314. So now I'm like a little confused. Jojo Siwa tickets are in high demand. Complete your purchase before they sell out. Not at the moment. No, thank you. Where's the list of like what happens? VIP. Let's click on VIP. Sorry, I thought I had the information before I started, but apparently there's more information, and I do not want to continue until I have the correct information. While we put on the ColourPop concealer, look how close I am to finishing this. I am never this close to finishing anything in my life. All right. Okay, here we go. So here we go. So the Dream VIP meet and greet experience. One incredible top price reserve floor ticket in the first 10 rows. One invitation to the ultimate VIP hang with Jojo Siwa. Strike a pose. One individual unforgettable photo with Jojo Siwa. Get to know Jojo. Join the VIP Q&A session with Jojo Siwa. You get early access to the merchandise booth for the tour. Merch shopping before the general public. You get autographed limited edition VIP tour poster. See, James is having a poster too. Jojo's VIP gift to you. One official edition glam bag and a special gift box. So that sounds, I don't know, is that big? A big gift box, a small gift box, and one commemorative Jojo Siwa VIP laminate and matching lanyard. Okay. So that is the big ticket item. So that was the one that was about $400. So it's technically less. It's the resale. Gotcha. So there is a bunch of misinformation out there. And I'm totally bummed that like I didn't have that right when we started the chat. I apologize for that. But we're clearing it up now. So now we're spreading the truth. So the next VIP package, you get a poster. Okay, so the only one you get a meet and greet is the top tier one. So the first 10 rows of people get the VIP meet and greet experience. And then everybody else, the VIP package, you get the glam bag and the laminate and the lanyard and the poster. So that's the first 20 rows. So the next 10 rows. And then Kid in a Candy Store VIP package, you get a little bit less good seats. You get the poster, the gift bag, and the lanyard. So you just don't get as good of a seat in that one. And then it's got disclaimer information that I'm not going to read right now. Okay, so it looks like at that venue, it's $300 bucks. Official platinum, row 4. See, this says section 4, row 5 is $249. So they look like they're a little less expensive than James, but she's not giving as much. But still, that's still a lot of money. That's still a lot of money. How much is a VIP ticket for a big music artist, performance artist comparable? You know, I think it sounds similar. Like, I just remember, like, when I went to go see Madonna, let me do my brows. When I went to go see Madonna, it cost me $150 for nosebleed back row seats. It was like insane. I think that like Elton John tickets were like $250 when Elton John came by, but those are the people that I'm thinking. I'm dating myself real bad. So my point was of the whole thing is that I felt like JoJo wasn't getting as much backlash. And the reason why I don't think JoJo was getting as much backlash as other people was because JoJo isn't part of the makeup community. I feel like the makeup community is ruthless. I feel like people are ruthless. I'm using these not new. This probably isn't new. This is the Sigma Color and Shade Brow Powder Duo. They just sent me a bunch of stuff. They sent me brush cleaning stuff and they sent me a bunch of brow stuff. So yeah. But I feel like the beauty community has very high expectations for their public figures, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I think the beauty community goes for blood. And I don't think that JoJo's fans are doing that. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like the only people really complaining about JoJo, it seems like, are the people in the beauty community comparing it to James Charles. But now that I'm looking at the actual ticket prices, it seems like they are a lot more reasonable than what was advertised on the Twitters and what I saw when I originally clicked on it. I still can't believe someone paid $3,000. Like, that's crazy, but it's their money. Do what they want. It's their money. Okay, Elizabeth says, who is JoJo? You just got to Google Jojo Siwa. You'll see her. With the big bow. She's a blonde chick with the ponytail with the big bow. Stacy says, going to see Slayer in a couple weeks for their last tour, only $130 for great seats. Seems like a bargain now. Wow, $130. That's not, I mean, go see Slayer. I mean, they're like, I think that's, you know, yeah, Dance Mom Girl, exactly. Shan says, I'm seeing Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson in August. Pit ticket with parking and taxes total $191. So, like, I feel like it's like anything. If it's worth it to you, it's worth it to you. You know what I mean? Like, I think we need to leave each other alone sometimes, you know? Let people spend money on what they want to spend money on. And if you don't want to spend money on, don't spend money on it. You know, like, that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Me and my shadow says people get to feeling certain ways when money's involved. That's true. And you should definitely feel that way when it's your money. I think you should totally feel that way. Like, if you're getting like that whole Belladonna's covered thing, like, ooh, this is the Sigma Tint and Tame Brow Gel, and it's super clumps. Hold on. Ooh. Well, it's the first time I've dipped into it, so maybe there was just a lot of product collected on the brush, but it's very wet and it's very clumpy, and I need a spoolie stat because that is not cute. Oh my gosh, I have like Groucho brows. Groucho brows in the house. Oh my gosh, that looks awful. My brows look good until I put on this stupid brow gel, and now I look like Groucho. What was I even talking about? Oh my goodness. Yeah, here we go. Karina says, yuck in the Sigma Gens. No good reviews so far. Yeah, this is not, this, if it's wet, and I feel like I could do feathered brows really, really well with this, but this just totally ruined my brows. I think I'm gonna have to take it off. This is super clump. This is terrible. But it's the first time I've dipped into it, so let me just go grab makeup remover real quick. All right. That top drawer is where I keep all my emergency supplies, like these Almay makeup remover pad things. Oh, that was terrible. So I don't know. I don't know. Ugh. Get it off. Get it off my face. Okay. At least it came off nice and easy. There we go. Did I read this? Speaking of which, I was in a Facebook group where someone was reselling the Game of Thrones brushes for $89 for the set. I don't think that's that much more than they were charging for them, though. Like, are you talking about the Urban Decay Game of Thrones brushes? Because I think those were like $20 or $30 each. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like You know, we should let people spend their money however they want to spend their money. And if people don't want to spend the money, then it won't do well. And that'll be a lesson learned for whoever's selling whatever the thing is. You know what I mean? So April says Game of Thrones brushes are still available at Ulta. Are they? Because last time I looked, they weren't. I thought about getting the Game of Thrones brushes, but I was going to get them on launch day. I had 100% intentions of getting them. I was even thinking about getting the whole vault thing. Let's redo my brows. But I didn't get them. And now I'm thankful I didn't get them because I don't need them. Don't need them in my life. Game of Thrones eyeshadow palette review, by the way, is going to be this week. I have filmed it. It is done. I skipped over the Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette because I felt like Game of Thrones was more relevant right now. Everybody's talking Game of Thrones. So I figured I would do that first. And then we'll do Blue Blood. Honestly, if I didn't promise you all I would do Blue Blood, I probably would just skip it at this point and go straight to the Glamlight Burger palette because that's the one I really want to do next. And I feel like, you know, everybody's kind of done with Blue Blood at this point. I don't even really want to review it at this point. But I will because I promised I would. So, you know. Tata says a GOT palette looks so boring, totally disappointed. It's not boring. In my opinion, it's not boring. I'll give you that little spoiler. Let's see. Geeky Makeup Glam, supply and demand. You can only sell something for the price if someone is prepared to pay for it. If it's too expensive, people won't pay. Yes. Strange Days, James is not the Rolling Stones. That's true. That's true. But the people that are going to go see James would never pay to see the Rolling Stones. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know? Liana says, I'm using the Blue Blood reviews to get eye looks for the Wet n Wild from ColourPop, Wet n Wild palette from ColourPop, or the Wet palette from ColourPop, Wet n Wild. Wet palette from ColourPop. Nice. Mr. Ashton, I thought the Game of Thrones palette was boring. Did you buy it, though? Did you actually buy it and try it, though? Did you really? Because if you did and you still thought it was boring, well, we can have different opinions. And that's okay. It's okay. All right, my brows are redone. We are not going back into that. Make sure there's no crazy stuff. We're not going back into the Sigma stuff. All right, eyeshadow primer, Ulta eye primer. Wendy says she thinks that James talks very fast. He does. He does talk very fast. I agree. All right, Ulta eyeshadow primer is a hidden gem at Ulta. It is very, very similar in formula to the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So if you would like a fabulous dupe, which I believe it is a true dupe of the Urban Decay Primer Potion, highly recommend the Ulta Eye Primer. It is $10. Discovered that a couple years ago and have repurchased since, which I don't repurchase things very often. KG, I've contemplated getting the James Charles palette. Is it worth it? Do I need it? I have a full review of it. I personally, from my use of it, did not enjoy it. I think that it's a good palette. I don't think it's a great palette. I did not have fun using it. So I'm not happy with my purchase of it. I would not recommend, if you were exactly like me, that you buy it. But since you were not exactly like me, I definitely recommend you watching that video to see if it calls to you. So, because one thing I really like to do as far as my reviews is I like to make sure that I give you the information you need to make your decision based on what you like. And I think that, you know, being called an influencer, like I am kind of influencing people, but I'm not trying to push you in any of my reviews one way or another. I'm not telling you, you need this in your life. I'm not telling you, you should buy this because of X, Y, and Z, you know, unless it's like me saying like, oh, you should buy this if you like a very highly pigmented product. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to give you information so you can decide for yourself. And because we all like different things, that's why that's how I like to angle my reviews in that way. So, Catherine, I haven't seen you in forever. Catherine, how are you? Thoughts on Profusion palettes. I also have a full review of some Profusion palettes. That review is not very positive of the Profusion eyeshadow palettes, but I did try last week in chat the new festival one, and I very much liked it. I have only used it that one time because I was playing with the Glamlight Burger palette a lot this week, so I only used it that one time so far, but so far I really liked it. I mean, I think you can find some definite hits in the Profusion line. There are a lot of misses though, unfortunately. me with profusion. And some of the eyeshadow palettes I do find to be powdery and difficult to work with. But I do have a full review of a bunch of profusion stuff. All right, so for today, I was looking for something. I didn't want to do the Glam Light Burger palette because I'm going to do a full review of that. The only other eyeshadows I had that I don't have full reviews coming on that I thought you might want to see are the Laura Lee single eyeshadows. I figured we would dip into these and just do something very natural, and we would just play with these a bit. And I know some people are not fans of Laura. I am on Laura's PR list, but Laura and I do not chat on the regular, like beyond like a sentence, question, answer kind of thing. You know, but she did send me this in PR, so I figured I would show it to you, and we would try it together. Whether you like her or don't like her, we're just going to be talking about the makeup today. So let's go ahead and start. Hi, babe. You okay? Okay. All right. That's okay. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to have to flip these around. This one is called Tan Tan. We're going to go ahead and start with that. Up in the crease. Rubio, how did you like Icy Betch? I like Icy Betch. I thought it was I think it's a good palette. Am I happy that I bought it? Am I like, oh my gosh, I can't live without this? No. But I mean, it's been a good palette. It's treated me well. I can't really complain. I think it's the same thing with the Jeffree Star palette. It's like, are you really going to use those colors? And if you are, then yeah, sure, you know. Yeah. Okay. I'll go back in and do the other eye. So far, this is blending really, really nicely. And I honestly really like Laura's formula a lot. I have really liked it. Have I found some shades that were not perfect? Yeah, definitely. I do have reviews of the Cat's Pajamas palette and the Nudie Patootie palette if you are interested. I do have those. But that is blending very nicely, and it's what I would expect from Laura Lee Los Angeles Shadows because they do tend to be very good quality. Lauren says, Blue Blood was way too blue for me. I thought it would be able to get a range of looks, but no. Yeah, exactly, Lauren. Exactly. I'm feeling the exact same way. All right, we're going to dip into this one here. This is called Neutral Nelly. And it looks like this. You know, and it really is. And what I'm finding, and I'll talk about this in the full review, is that with the Blue Blood palette, I have to dip into other palettes. Like, it's not a complete palette for me personally. Like, I don't like the looks that I try to create without finding a brown or finding some kind of other color other than blue to go with it. It is definitely a complementary palette. It's not a palette that I would be able to use on its own. It's funny because my friend Sandra, who I filmed a video with years and years ago, she's actually started off as a subscriber of mine, and then we just decided to film a video together. She helped me with this DIY craft video years ago. So anyway, so Sandra texted me. She was like, I got this Jeffree Star Blue Blood palette, and what the heck am I going to do with all these blues? And I was like, bye, babe, I love you. And I was like, yeah, I kind of felt the same way. She's like, this is like the biggest regret purchase ever. Because people give into the hype and then they get it and they're like, why did I buy this? And I think that probably happened to a lot of people when it came to Blue Blood. Probably happened to a lot of people. I'm going back into the tan shade just to blend out the darker shade a little bit. The Neutral Nelly shade. Because honestly, like, I feel like there are certain people that are definitely going to really love the Blue Blood palette and really love all those bright blue looks, or just wanted like an arsenal of blue eyeshadow in case you want to use it. I mean, it seems to, I don't know. I'll get into it when I do the full review as far as the quality of the individual shadows, but it is a really weird, it's a weird palette. It's super weird. Amy says, I feel like a lot of Jeffree Star's products are like that. They're so hyped up, but not actually the best quality. I haven't tried enough to really make that full assessment, but I can see where you might go that route with it. Yeah, definitely. Karen says, what makeup mirror do you use? I'm looking for a new one. This was sent to me by Simple Human. My friend Nancy, who might still be here, had sent me my original Simple Human mirror, and I loved it so much. I was using it in a bunch of videos. Simple Human contacted me and asked me if they could give me an upgrade to my old mirror. So that is this one. This one, it just says Simple Human on it. I'm trying to see if it has like a number on it or something, but I love these stinking mirrors. They're expensive though. So what I recommend is going and getting them from Bed Bath & Beyond, excuse me, because you can get the 20% off coupon. They did recently, we talked about these in What's Even Makeup in our deals section. They had these on sale for, I think it was $125. I want to say somewhere. They were on sale deep, but I don't think that because I think that's like a $200 mirror. But it works so stinking well. I really love it. Ash, does Bluetooth work with that mirror? No, there's no sound or anything like that happens with it. It does have like the magnification down here, and then like it's regular, and then you can flip it, and then it's magnified here. And it's got a sensor here, it turns on and off. And then there's an off button down on the bottom. Yep. Tabitha says, watch for when the mirrors go on sale at QVC and you can do easy pays. Yes, that works too. But the 20% off Bed Bath & Beyond thing is always there. All right. I'm not a big fan of my blend here, but I honestly don't care today. I'm really just getting ready because I'm with you and because I wanted to, I stepped a little bit back in the neutral Melly shade. I just wanted to try these shadows because I hadn't really given them a lot of love. Yes. Monty says, you are the best. I'm so proud of you for clearing up the JoJo tickets being scalped. I've been arguing on Twitter with people attacking her and spreading misinformation. Well, I am so glad that someone here helped me to learn about that they were not $3,000. In fact, they're actually cheaper than James's tickets, in case you missed it, in case you weren't here for it. But she's also not giving nearly as much as James is. James seems to be giving a lot more perks. So I'm very glad that we got that cleared up, at least with our little group. We know. Yep, terrible decisions. Collective brain pulls through in a clutch. Yes. Katina, where can you get the Laura Lee shadows? I know they're available on her website. I don't know if they're available at Morphe's website or not. I have not looked. All right, so let's go ahead and let's dip into, let's do this guy. This guy looks fun. This is called Silly Billy. And I'm just going to apply it with my fingertips. We're just going to do just like a regular old boring eye look. I'm feeling very boring today, but that is very shiny and pretty. Okay, and now we're going to go into this guy. This one is, how are we doing on time? We're 32 minutes in. That's not so bad. Glam Gal looks like this. It's funny how single shadows really are coming back. I've seen a lot of companies selling single shadows, and I honestly do not prefer single shadows because I feel like I forget to use them. Like palettes, I always want to grab for my palettes, but I never really want to pull for my single shadows. So what I usually do when I do my fingers is I'll dip in both colors and I'll just kind of go back and forth until I get the blend that I want. I haven't seen anybody do this, but it works for me, so that's what I do. I don't know if it's a thing. But I just kind of like over like that line. I just go back and forth until they're blended together. Is that right or wrong? I don't know. Okay, so we do not have a really good lighter shimmery shade. We can try this one. This one's more satin and foiled. We can try it. This one's called Bride. And it looks like this. Melody says, I'm glad cancel culture is dying out. It is so much better to forgive and not judge. See, I think that's an individual decision. And I think that Melody, like if that's where you're going with it, I think that that's good. That's awesome for you. But I totally think that people should cancel brands or cancel people that they do not feel comfortable with. I think that it's important for people to go with their heart and go with their feeling and go with their gut and cancel whoever they want to cancel. I don't believe in the public shaming. Do you guys see the John Oliver's piece on public shaming and how terrible it has gotten as far as all of that, like the outcry, public shaming craziness for things that, I mean, it's one thing if someone is a racist, like a raging racist, or if someone is, you know, like to call, like, out a disgusting human, if somebody is a murderer, you know what I mean? Like if somebody is like, has like crossed that line of like evil, you know, like that I get. But like the little things, it's the little things, the things that are like maybe not as big of a deal, I guess, but everybody has their own opinion on what's a big deal and what's not a big deal. I don't know, but I really enjoyed that episode on public shaming, and I thought that was interesting. So if you're interested in that, but I do strongly believe in people having the right to put their money where they feel they want to put their money, and you know, it's up to the individual person. But I think that if people don't want to cancel, they shouldn't cancel. If people do, they should. I mean, I'm very big on free will. I'm very big on people doing what they believe is right for them and not pushing their opinions on other people. So it's the herd mentality, Arwen. Exactly. It's the pitchforks. It's the okay, like I'm thinking Game of Thrones because I've been watching Game of Thrones. Like when, I'm not going to give spoilers, but there's a situation where there is a main character that is being publicly shamed and things thrown at that person and all of that based on, you know, what the people believe happened in the situation. Where, I mean, it was very much a herd mentality kind of thing. And like you think about, you know, back in history of, you know, the Salem witch trials and things like that. It's like, you know, people get on a thing and then they want to just and attack. And, you know, it's very disturbing sometimes, the herd mentality that people can get without critically thinking. Like if you're critically thinking and you're upset and you're mad at somebody because they made a choice, like I get that and I support that. But if people are only disliking something or somebody because of what someone else told them without thinking critically, that's where, yep, shame, shame, shame. That's where I feel like we have an issue, you know? Yeah, I don't watch Teen Mom with the Janelle Evans Teen Mom dog thing, but I can just tell you I was absolutely disgusted by that situation. It was, I mean, I don't know anything about those people there. That was the first time I'd ever heard of them. I don't watch reality TV. I don't watch Real Housewives. I don't watch any of that. So I don't know anything about them, but I was disgusted by that situation. I don't want to talk about it that much because it really disturbs me and it bothers me. But Kayla says there's a social psych phenomenon where people are more comfortable being vicious to people online. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we're going back into neutral Nelly and just do the lower lash line. Absolutely. I mean, I feel like, and it's very much herd mentality on the internet too, because you find people that have the same opinion. And then people just like, yeah. And then they just follow what the first person said and go along with it and reinforce it without really thinking, do I really truly agree with this person? Am I reading this critically? Am I reading what the person said and really thinking about it? You know, people just don't take the time, you know? Rebecca says here for the makeup, there you go. There you go. And this eyeshadow is performing very well, speaking of makeup. And I have a cat hair in my eye. That is disgusting. How did that even happen? Ew. So gross. The Violet December says 90% of its community, creators and consumers, are followers with no capacity for critical reasoning. I don't know. I think that people do have the capacity. I feel like people don't have the time. You know, people are busy. They got lives. They don't have time. They want the summary. They want the TLDR. They don't want to, they have real life, real issues in their own lives to deal with. You know what I mean? So, all right, we're going back into this guy right here, whatever that one was called. What was this one called? Tan. And I'm just going to put that in the inside. People got lives, man. People got things going on. All right. So this look is done. I'm just letting it be. We're just going to do something simple, boring, natural colors today. That's what I feel like doing. Cheryl says, whatever happened to do unto others as you would have done unto you. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. I mean, I think we're just human and we make mistakes sometimes, but still. Me and my shadow says so many times based on misinformation. Yeah. And then what happens? Like I could say, you know, this powder, let me find it. Okay. So this is blue. Let's say this is blue, right? Where I'm saying, okay, this is blue. And then people are like, yeah, it is blue. It really should be green. Yeah. And I heard that it's made out of blueberry juice and I'm allergic to blueberry juice. And yeah, and you know, and then it just like spins and spins. And that was a stupid, horrible example, but it's like it spins, you know, someone says something and then someone adds on an assumption or something that they think might be true. And then the next person reads it and they believe that it is true because they didn't read carefully. Should they believe that this is true? And then they start spreading this information. It's like the Jojo Siwa thing. They start spreading this information that this is true. And I'm guilty of it. I did it this morning. You know, you spread this information, this is true without looking further, you know? And it's just because we are so busy and we don't have the time to research everything, you know? Jenny says, yes, I think oftentimes people can't really speak on why a person or brand is canceled. They just know that it is the trending thing to do. It's a scary phenomenon. I think sometimes that's true. And sometimes people, like, all they can do is parrot back. And I've been guilty of this too. All they can do is parrot back what someone else said as the reason for canceling someone, but they don't have their own explanation. They don't have their own feeling, their own connection. It's only just a parrot of what other people have said, you know? All right, this like a game of telephone. Exactly, Jesse. Exactly. All right, terrible decisions. Hopefully, I'll see you next week. All right, we're going to use the Jesse's Girl liquid eyeliner that I have rediscovered. They sell these at Rite Aid, and it's fabulous. It is an amazing liquid eyeliner. If you're looking for something to replace your Kat Von D liquid eyeliner, I highly recommend this one. It is $10, and it is super fab. My Rite Aid does not sell these, so I get mine online on the Jesse's Girl website. I got this probably 4 or 5 months ago and did not open it. And then I saw I had it and I was like, oh, I should probably open that and use it. And now I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I love this eyeliner because it's amazing. Yep, Rubiel says, yeah, and it also removes all the context of the original. Yes, all the context of the original topic. Exactly, and the original comment. And then it just flows and flows and flows like that. Yes. Anasia. I'm going to say anasia. Hopefully that's correct. We should learn to scroll on without engaging. It's hard, but I can quietly disagree and move on to better things. That's what I need to get better at. And that is some good inspiration, I think, for me, because sometimes I open my mouth too quick. Sometimes I am reactive before I am reflective. And I am working on that. That's something that I need to get better at. All right, I know I brought out a mascara. What happened to it? I know I did. Oh, here it is. Okay, we're going to use the Power Volume Instant Volume Boost Mascara by Essence. And I'm still trying this out. Angela says, is it the drama that brings in views and followers? It's like positively gets zero praise. Yes. Oh my gosh. How sad is that? Where is that? I have to go back and read the rest of the comments. There it is. Angela. Is it that drama brings in views and followers? It's like positivity gets zero praise and being naughty makes you popular, at least in the beauty community. It's a strange dynamic. And I could not agree with you more on that, Angela. Like if you look at like channels like Sabrina, Emily Noel 83, like the quality of video that they put out, the information they put out is stellar. It's absolutely stellar, but they're nice. There's no drama. They're just very nice people, you know? And it's so interesting. And then like, I don't want to get, I was going to go somewhere, but I don't think I'm going to go that place. But it's like when somebody does something good, it gets a blurb, you know, oh, by the way, somebody did something good. But when that same person does something that's more dramatic, it's a whole big thing. And it's kind of crazy, you know, how that works, how we move on so quickly from good acts, I think, as a society, you know, and then focus so much on the drama and the negativity. I think it's just human nature, you know. And as far as my channel goes and my content, I feel like what I want to create is something that you want to watch. And when I make a video and immediately my views are twice that of what another video may have. That shows me that my community wants more of that. So those are the kind of videos that I feel like I should be creating, whatever that may be. Because I feel like my job here is to give you content that you want to watch. Whether that be clearing up misinformation about a product, or because those do very well on my channel. You all seem to really enjoy those. Or talking about, I don't know, things that are talked about elsewhere. People seem to enjoy hearing my opinion on those things. So I'm going to continue to make that content. So is it for views? In a way, kind of, because my job here is to give you things you want to watch. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I have met my goals for YouTube. Anything beyond here is bonus. So, like, how they say, like, you're always reaching for that next thing. Like, I'm not. I'm done. I've hit my goals. So, like, I'm always trying to be better. I'm always trying to, like, make better content for you. I'm always trying to create things that you want to see and tweak my format so that it's better and be a better person. Like, those are kind of my goals. But as far as growth on YouTube, like, I'm solid. Like, I'm good. So I don't know. It's funny how people, like, assume that it's just for money. It's just for views. Well, I mean, the whole point of YouTube is to get views, like, because that means you're doing something good. That means that you're doing something that people want to see. Like how you would never say to somebody who made a TV show, "Oh, you just made that just for views." You never say to people of Game of Thrones, "You just put those boobies in there for views." Of course they put the boobies in there for views. You know what I mean? Like, of course they did. You only put that fight scene where that guy got his throat slit in for views. Of course they did. It's the same stinking thing. You want people to watch what you're creating. You want people to consume what you create because you want it to be good. So it's just this weirdness, Jenny T says, but don't confuse train wreck views for good content. I agree with that. Rubbernecker delays on the highway doesn't equal great engagement. Jenny, I 100% agree with you. Thank you for saying that. Tab says, I set a new goal. Keep making things more awesome. Yes. And that's kind of what I'm doing. All right, we're going to use the Flower Beauty setting powder, and we're going to use the sponge that comes with it just to kind of set my under eyes. I actually kind of like these sponges that come with setting powders and things. I know that's kind of weird, but I do. I feel like they work really well sometimes. Like, this one's nice and thick. It's very nice. Okay, hopefully I just realized as I was doing this that I'm caking it into my fine lines and wrinkles. And hopefully I don't end up with big lines on my face. But if I do, it doesn't really matter because I'm not really doing much today. Just hanging out with my kids today. Strange Day says, if KVD had a different brand name, I don't think she would have gotten the same heat. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and this is the thing about Kat Von D is that we don't know how much of Kat Von D Beauty Kat Von D actually owns. At least I don't. I tried to find the information of how much she owns, how much does Kendo own and LVMH. Like, there's other people involved other than her. Even though it's Kat Von D Beauty, like, that's the branding, that's the marketing of it. But there's other owners in it. It's not just her. So Tab says, check your boobies every month. Yes, you should. Always, always. But don't do it for views. Good morning, Lishi. How are you, my friend? We need to reset our date. I canceled our last date because the things just got too crazy. Dana says, I had a really tough time using the flower setting powder. How do you use it? Maybe a different approach. I have been trying different things. I'm kind of on the fence with it right now, whether I like it or not. I'm still working with it. So, yeah. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Let's see. Okay, so we need face products. So I brought out, where's the blush I brought out? Did I bring out a blush? I thought I did. I thought I did. Maybe I got distracted. I think I got distracted on my blush. So let's go ahead and sculpt. I just got this from Sigma as well. This is their highlight and contour palette. Been playing with this a bit. So we're going to go into the shade Faking It right here. And we're going to do the contouring. This is the Unit 111 brush. I've really been loving these brushes. Jenny says, how's the candle sale donations going? Oh my gosh, we broke, I think it's at $2,300 for the school right now. I get notification from Victoria when she ships the products. So just because something is sold doesn't mean that I don't have record of it yet. I only have record of it when she actually ships it. So it takes a week or two, like at least a week or so for me to get, like if you order, for me to get information on like your contribution to the school. So right now, I think we're at like $2,300, which I'm so excited about. I talked to Brian, who's the principal over at Baltimore Highlands, and he's very, very excited. And one thing that's really, really cool that he told me about, which I didn't know, is that in order to make the donation, I need to bring a letter. And in that letter, I need to list how I would like the money used. So that makes me so stinking happy because I want to make sure it goes to the kids. So things I'm going to put in there are like helping kids pay for lunches that can't afford lunches, helping kids pay for field trips, can't afford field trips, helping kids pay for back to school supplies, things like that. Let's see. Things like that. Helping kids, like they have a big behavior management program there. It's called PBIS, Positive Behavior Intervention Support. And the guy who runs it is actually a guy that I used to work with. His name's Todd. He's amazing. Helping Todd with, things that he needs to support kids in their behavioral choices in school. That's huge. Supporting special educators and things that they need in order to make their lives easier as special educators, helping struggling students. Things like that are the things that I'm going to put in there. I've also reached out to my friend Tiffany that still works over there. We were partners in second grade. We team taught a class together, and it was one of the best teaching experience I ever had was working with Tiffany in second grade. We had a blast, and the kids had a blast, and it was a fantastic experience. So I reached out to Tiffany and I asked her, I said, hey, I'm going to be writing this letter. Can you kind of get a pulse or let me know what are some other things that teachers may want to spend this money on? So I'm really trying to be kid focused, teacher focused in what I list there, and they can't use it for anything that I don't list in the letter, which makes me very, very happy. So your money's going to go to a really good place, and I'm very, very excited. And Brian's very excited. Everybody's excited. So. Yeah, Jenny says we could do an annual candle fundraiser. Actually, we might be able to. It just kind of depends on Victoria too, because even though she said multiple times she's very, very thankful for the donations and the orders and everything, it has kept them very, very busy. And I don't know if they would be able to do that all the time. I don't know. It's something we could talk to her about. But the code is ongoing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the initial donation, and then maybe in 3 months or whatever, bring up another donation. Whenever it builds to like over $100, something like that, I'll bring them another check with another letter, and I'll get the pulse on what they need it for, stuff like that. And it's just going to keep going. So very, very excited. Yes, thank you, mods. Anna says the mods have been awesome today because there's a bunch of crazy trolls. I haven't seen a single one. So thank you so much to my mods for taking care of that. Jen says, what happened with Lunar Beauty? He did have his highlighter release recently, so he has been releasing products. I think that it's really like, okay, when it comes to influencer makeup lines, I feel like sometimes people think like we get so used to ColourPop. We get so used to Makeup Revolution, these big companies that pop out releases like this. Like each one of those releases is sick expensive. It's really expensive. And it takes a lot of work, like to create, a product and make sure that it's good. So we can't expect from Laura Lee Los Angeles and Lunar Beauty and Dominique Cosmetics and these influencer created makeup lines. We cannot expect them to be able to pop out releases like that, like these big brands do. So I don't know. I don't think he's gone anywhere. I think he's still putting things out. I think it's great for him to be able to, to have a makeup line and do his thing. Me and My Shadow says, I want to get one of those highlighters to try out. Manny seems to have improved as far as what I've seen of him. I started watching him again. Nice. Nice, nice. Oh, Debbie, thank you so much. She says, I have a big heart, Jen. Love you back. Gina says, I love how people just form a negative opinion about a person they've never met. Yeah, I mean, but it's how that person presents them. And this is what I used to say to my students all the time. What kind of person do you want people to see that you are? The only way people know who you are as a person is how you present yourself, is what you choose to show them. So if you choose to show them that you don't take education seriously, that all you want to do is disrupt the learning environment for them and be mean and say mean, nasty things to people and make people feel bad, like what are you saying? What kind of person are you saying that you are? Like, that's all people know. People don't know what's inside of you unless you show them. So I think that it's the same thing with our public personas, is that we have to present who we want people to see that we are. And I'm not perfect, man. I've made tons of mistakes. I'm not perfect. I will admit it. Hold on, I got to grab a blush because I forgot to grab a blush and I meant to. Oh, I know why. Hold on. I don't know. All right. I was trying to find something interesting. That's why I didn't grab a blush, because I couldn't find anything that I thought was interesting in there. And I think that that's just all of us in general, in our workplaces, in our families. We have to show people who we are in our hearts. And, not everybody, and nobody's perfect. Nobody is. Nobody is. And you just have to decide based on what you've seen, what you think of this person, whether you want that person in your life. And whether we want to admit it or not, as influencers, not influencers, I don't want to say influencers, but as people who put ourselves in people's houses. Like, I'm in your house right now. Like, thank you for that. Like, thank you for inviting me into your house. Like, that's a huge deal. Like, I want to be somebody that you want to hang out with, that you want to come to chat and talk to and hang out with. But if I'm not the kind of person you want to hang out with, then that's okay. But you do, as an individual person, need to make that judgment about me, of whether you want me in your life or not. It's just the same as people that are in your individual lives that you're seeing physically and being able to see in the flesh, not through a screen. It's the same thing. You have to pick and choose who you want in your life. And when you choose to watch a YouTube video, when you choose to watch Manny, or if you choose to watch Jeffrey, if you choose to watch me, if you choose to watch Smoky Glow, if you choose to watch, whoever, Emily Noel 83, you're choosing that person because you want them in your life. And the only way you can decide if you want them in your life or not is based on what they show you. So I think that's where all the judgment comes from, because we want to decide as people whether we want these people in our lives or not, So Christina, I would love to hang out with you one day too. That'd be fun. Well, we're hanging out right now. I may not be able to see you, but we're still hanging out. Yeah. Angie, I wish we could go for coffee too. Thank you, Denise. Shirley said my life wouldn't be as great without you. And I love you, Shirley. Shirley's amazing. I love that woman. It's funny how attached I get to my subscribers. I get so attached to you. Like, I remember when I put out my cancel culture video, I lost some subscribers and I cried because I cared about them so much as people. And the fact that they were so disappointed in me. And I tried to explain to them what my logic was, but it was a deal breaker for them. And it hurt so bad because I felt like I knew these people, that, that they were people that I wanted in my life and they were no longer wanting me in their life. And it was painful. Like, it's really, it takes it a step further in this platform when you get attached to the people that watch your videos. And I can see why a lot of people don't do it, because you're opening yourself up for that heartbreak, just like you do in any relationship. But it is what it is, but I'm very thankful for people like Shirley, who I absolutely adore. So, April says, it's sweet. We're attached to you too. It's nice to know it's not all one-sided. It isn't, April. It absolutely isn't. All right, I'm going to put this blush on. This is a Becca blush palette that I've had in my drawer for a minute. And this is the shade Wisteria that I'm using. It's this guy right here. And we're going to just put that on. Even though it's cool tone and my eye look is warm tone, you know what? That's not even going to make any sense. Let's do this one. I already put it on my face, but we're going to go into this one instead. This one is Songbird. Let's try that instead. That's better. Helps if I match my eye look. I feel like I need to mix them now because I mixed them on one side, so now I'm going to mix them on the other side. Wah, wah, wah. Mr. Ashtone is trying so hard to get this back to a makeup discussion, and I appreciate you so much. You're so funny. Brittany C. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love hanging out with you guys. Absolutely. Ash has this blush palette. Cool. Jenny T says judgment is a sword, and a lot of people are not careful with that blade. Absolutely. Camille says, why are people upset about the cancel culture video? I think people, I think that it's a different perspective. It's a different perspective to not cancel the brands that everybody wants to cancel. I'm opening up this Artist Couture Summer Haze shade because everybody has said how awesome it is. If I can even get this thing open. How do you even open this thing? Okay, I think I'm getting it. There's plastic over it, but I can't does this come open? What the heck is going on here? All right, I got it. I think that whenever anybody goes against what is the norm, does this thing come off? I hope this thing comes off because this is what the heck? How do you people get into this? I'm trying to talk about something and I can't because I'm fighting with my highlighter. What the heck? How do you get the plastic off? Am I an idiot? I'm an idiot, aren't I? I think, okay, I'm getting it. Even if I just peel it back a little bit, I have a feeling that this is so much easier than what I'm doing right now. Okay. It's hard to open, Kimberly says. Okay, I got it. Okay, there we go. I got it. It was just this little half circle thing, which is super weird. Okay, got it. It's not a popular thing to do to review products from brands that other people have canceled. And people do not like that I would consider. Oh, that is pretty. That is really pretty. This is probably my favorite Artist Couture shade. Just looking at it right now. That actually is really pretty. Usually they're super glittery. Oh my gosh. It's not a popular thing to do. And it is extremely difficult to go against what is popular because I know as soon as I say it, it's going to get backlash because people just don't get it or they don't want to get it or they just simply don't agree. And it's hard. It's hard to make that choice, but I have to go with what I believe. And I believe my job here isn't to pass judgment on individual human beings. It's my job to give you information about makeup. And people feel that if I buy from a company, let's say Laura Lee Los Angeles, this is just as an example, or we can say Kat Von D, if I buy from them, that I am supporting everything they stand for. And that is something that I don't believe. I don't believe I'm supporting everything they stand for. Am I supporting them financially? Yeah, absolutely. I'm supporting them financially, but that doesn't necessarily mean I support everything they stand for. But there are a lot of people that disagree with me on that. There are a lot of people, and that's okay to disagree with me. I get it. It's totally cool. We can be on different pages, but but that's why people were upset with me, is because they don't agree with that. Carissa says, but are you including canceling brands for quality issues or cruelty? Okay, so the only brands I am canceling, meaning that I am not going to show them on the channel, is if there is a problem with the products themselves being unsafe, or there is a danger to you as a consumer purchasing wise, like Belladonna's Cupboard, for example. I will never review anything from that brand. Never, 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 because I have heard how many people got ripped off by that brand. Doesn't matter if they rebrand. I mean, they would, I can't say never. Let's say after a year, no one has had any customer service concerns and it's been a year, then I might consider it. Things like that, because people purchase things and still haven't received them like a year later. Glamour Dolls, same thing with the Lisa Frank thing. I will never review them because I'm concerned on that way. My job, what I feel my job is to give you that information. So like, let's say Jenny Bob makes a makeup line and Jenny Bob is an animal abuser. I'm trying to think of something horrible. My job is to tell you Jenny Bob is an animal abuser. Jenny Bob is a terrible human being. That's part of my job. That probably wasn't the best example, but you know what I'm saying? Like, my job is to give you that information so you can make the choices. Like, I don't like, who am I to tell you you should cancel this person? You know, who am I to you know, like, I see my role as different than a traditional consumer in that my job is to give you information. It's about you. It's not about me. It's not about my feelings. It's not about my emotions. It's not about my thoughts on these things. It's not about me. It's about you, you know? So Lishi says, I'll say this, I disagree with you on that, but you're my friend still, and it's not my money. Exactly. All right, Lorac lipstick. We're going with Lorac. I'm going to try this. Well, this is cool tone too. And a lot of people disagree with me, and that's okay. You know, it's not a traditional opinion. And I have to accept that there are a lot of people that are going to disagree with me, and it's okay. You know, but I hear people when they tell me, I hear the thousands of people who have told me why they disagree with me. I hear it. But I still believe that it's my job to give you information. So, I mean, that's just the way that I feel. You know, this Lorac shade is called Fashionista. It's amazing. Hopefully it matches. It's a little dark. That's a little darker than I wanted to go, but we'll stay with it. We'll stay with it. Marcia says, I agree with you. Yep. Tina says, I won't cancel you for disagreeing with you. I know. And it's okay. It's totally okay. I just, you know, I feel like every time I think in my head how I want to explain this kind of thing in live chat, it never comes out as good as I've said it in my head. Like, Jenny says, I think a problem is that we tend to put people in a good bin or a bad bin. Yes, absolutely. And that's one thing I learned from Game of Thrones. All right. Not learn, but reinforce from Game of Thrones. All right. We'll talk a little Game of Thrones. I'm not going to say specific characters, but okay. So there's this one character that is clearly extremely evil in the beginning. Then that character goes off with another character, and they kind of pair up because of a situation. And the mean character shows that he has a softer side, a caring side, a loving side. There's so many sides to an individual human. There are so many sides to who people are. And we absolutely do, Jenny, take people and put them in a bad bin or a good bin. It's a simplification. It's because we've got things going on in our lives. We've got things happening, and we don't have the energy to invest in whether this person is a good person or a bad person. We see this action, like we were talking about earlier, we see this action that they've made. They've shown us who they are as a person, therefore we're getting rid of them. When this person is much more complex than that, and maybe they've done some really amazing, wonderful things that we just don't know about. Or maybe they've done wonderful things, and again, like we've talked about earlier, maybe we ignored those wonderful things that this person has done because we're so consumed by the negative things that they've done. You know what I'm saying? People are so multifaceted. They're so multifaceted. And I feel like as a society, we just simplify people way too much, way too much. Do I think Kat Von D is a cruddy human? Absolutely. I think she's a cruddy human. I think she's, because of the choices she has made and what she's presented publicly of who she is, I think she's a cruddy human. I haven't bought anything from Kat Von D in a year before the vaccination stuff happened. I haven't bought anything. Oh my gosh, we were way over time. I haven't bought anything from Kat Von D. Nothing. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. I bought those eyeliners for that destroying eyeliner video. That's it. That's the only thing I've bought. I have zero intentions of buying any Kat Von D products anytime soon, but I want the freedom to be able to buy it if I choose to. Will I probably buy anything? Probably not. Because there's so many other things I could review. There's just so many other things I care about. Will I choose Kat Von D? Probably not. But I don't want anybody telling me that I can't if I want to, if I choose to. And I'm stubborn like that. I'm stubborn like that. I don't like anybody telling me what to do, and I don't want to tell you what to do either. Treat others the way you would like to be treated, like we talked about earlier. All right, I got to go. We're 8 minutes over. Hopefully that's helped a little bit, you know. Brittany, has she released anything lately? She has. She has released things lately, but they've completely flown under the radar because they really haven't been that interesting. But even if she came out with something interesting, honestly, I don't think I would buy it. I don't think I care enough. Honestly, and it's not because she's canceled, it's because I just don't care. Like, and I don't think that's something I want to present to my audience. Like, I don't think that there's anything that she would come out with that I would want to present to you. There's so many other things I would want to present to you. So, you know. So anyway, I gotta go. I could talk to y'all forever. Tiffany PK, thank you for being here. Thank you also for helping with the show. I appreciate it. Yeah, mad love you guys. I hope you have a great day, week. We'll see you back next week for another chat, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I'm going to pop off. I'm getting out of here. I already popped off. I'm going to pop off. I'm gonna pop off. Physically, kind of. No, not really. All right, I got to go. I just got to end it. All right, see y'all later. Thanks so much for being here. Mad love. Bye.